Hello. How are you going? It is the 17th of February 2022, and it's been not quite so hot one here in Adelaide. So that has been a great change from the last couple of days. It's been rather warm out there, hasn't it? While I was working yesterday, we had, it was upwards of about 20, somewhere between 37 and 39 degrees. My car certainly said it was 39 at one point. So it's interesting to see how the temperatures change depending on where you are in the world as well. Like in the area, it depends on where you are as to how hot it gets. So yeah, it's super cool, super cool. Anyway, how did we get so lucky to be in the coming up the moon energy for moon moving into the sign of Pisces? That is where it is moving into on Monday. So just while we're waiting for a few friends, I'm going to read this little bit out about the new moon being on Monday. So happy new moon, beautiful one. Yes, you are. Today you are greeted with a glorious new moon in the watery sign of Pisces. It's all lighter today, creative, emotional, intuitive, spiritual, mystical, and floaty. Imagine that you are floating in the ocean. The waves are moving gently up and down, softly holding your body. You are held there. You are safe. Connect to the new moon. Feel her rays shining down onto your body, igniting healing, love, and awareness. What is she whispering to you? She is reminding you of your gifts, your talents, and your magic. Oh, and that you are a truly sacred part of the world. You matter, you are guided, you belong. Oh, what a moon. So that is from the Moon Goddess Diary. And so that is for the Southern Hemisphere. Okay, because sometimes a lot of these sort of diaries and things, they come out for the Northern Hemisphere, which is all very well and good. But the problem with that is that our seasons are different. Seasons are the opposite way around. So it's actually kind of nice to have it the opposite, you know? So yes, the Moon Goddess Diary for 2023. All right. And the other interesting thing that I wish to bring to your attention is that on the 19th of February, so this Sunday, this is what they have in here for the Sunday before the new moon. The dark night before the new moon is a time when you can take the opportunity to clear away anything you have been holding on to. Allow it to float away. It's a perfect day to declutter your space. Could you declutter just one drawer in your house or perhaps your desk today? I know I can, and I know you can. I know you can, and it will feel so lovely when it's done. There you go. So there's some little new moon magic for you to play with if you choose. So let us do a little rereading. Let's see which cards wish to come out to play for this new moon energy. Interesting. Okay, so we've got that one that wishes to come play, and this one wishes to come play. Whoo-wee! We've got some zingies today. I'm looking forward to that. Some more reading for you, because the card that has come out is the Secret Language of Light card. Oh, yeah. Hang on, let me put it over here. That might be a bit easier. There it is. There we go. I'll just turn that around just a little bit, make it easier on the lights. There we go. Cool. Secret Language of Light by Denise Javi. Okay, so for the next 7 days from the 18th of February through to the 24th, let's have a look and see what would this deck would like us to focus on for the next 7 days. Don't use these cards too terribly much. They are super zingy cards. They make my body just go, wow. So let's have a look and see. So we got, here we go, Divine Animals. How cool is that card? Very hard to see these cards because they are just so pale. But the Divine Animals card is the first one that we've got there. So let's have a little read. 22. I've been seeing lots of twos, lots of doubles and numbers lately. Soul companions on your journey. Spend time with your pet or in the company of any animal to realize the same light that flows through you flows through all living creatures. We all create different containers for our soul experiences, depending on our individual desires and dreams. Humans experience greater contrast than animals. That is why our influence and creations are wider reaching. However, this also makes it easier for us to split and stray from our hearts. Animals reflect the divine love that we are. When we are surrounded by animals, it's easier to move into alignment where we can be inspired to grander creations. People often believe they receive unconditional love from an animal, as an animal is more likely to be aligned with its soul instinct and doesn't need you to be different to who you are for it to feel loved. You will feel free to be who you are. When you emulate this behavior for yourself, life becomes more relaxed, loving, and your relationships will catapult to a whole new level of joy. Soul Mastery class, shape-shifting, meditation. Shape-shifting is an insightful practice that lifts and expands your light towards light awareness beyond physical reality into sensing reality. You are essentially energy, not an intellectual concept. Every sentient being, including mountains, flora, fauna, and humans, has an essence. When you align with your soul energy, you have access to soul energy everywhere. From this place, you can become one with anything you focus on. Place a hand on the card, close your eyes, and breathe deeply to relax and calm your whole being. Imagine an animal, bird, or fish in front of you. Feel their heart beating in unison with your heart. After a little while, there'll be no difference in the heartbeats. They will become one. You are the animal, and the animal is you. You are not in the animal, you are the animal, experiencing life as it does. Stay here for 2 minutes, immersed in the wisdom of this animal. When you feel ready, imagine the heartbeat becoming 2 heartbeats, and see the animal in front of you once again. Breathe into your body and open your eyes. Your inspired reflections and actions. Practice the shape-shifting meditation and write about your experiences. How does this animal view life? Decide that your pet is a companion instead of something you own. Practice being calm and assertive around your animal and observe what happens. The journal work. Write or draw about what animal you would like to be and why. So how cool is that? That's something kind of fun to play with. Okay, just get this next section of cards ready. Okay. Let's do some sharing out while we're just a little bit quiet. Hi, Shwana. How are you going, lovely? We're having internet issues. Thank you for sitting there and waiting for me, though. Oh, dear. Oh, you gotta love it. I'm just doing a little bit of sharing out so that we can get some friends. That's funny. So we can get some friends. Love it. Dear, oh, dearie me. So just doing a spot of sharing out before I do the rest of the 7-day reading. Dear, dear me. I just love it when the internet plays funny buggers. It's just so cool. And how has your day been, honey? How's your week been since you're on last? Just while I... Okay. Beautiful. Okay. All right. Hopefully that helps a few more peeps find me tonight, because who knows what will happen? Who knows? I'm really good. I've actually, funnily enough, I am feeling really good. I've had a good day of just being at home and doing some cleaning and tidying today, and just enjoying, changing the energy of the house a little bit, because you know what it's like. We live right next to a very empty section of land, and because it's summer at the moment, it gets quite dusty. So there's a lot of dust that comes in through this one tiny little window. So yeah, it was good to just dust off the shelves and things today. It was great. All righty. So yeah, ups and downs, highs and lows. So I hear you. There's a lot of that going on at the moment. It's pretty intense, huh? Alrighty. So let's carry on with this 7-day reading, obviously including the new moon that is coming through on Monday, the lead up being on Sunday. Let's see how we can best work with that. We've got the Starseed deck that's decided to come and play for this one today. Is that it from this deck? Yeah. Okay, cool. Okay. I'm seeing this a lot with many of my friends actually at the moment. They are, let me see if I can get the light right on this one. There we go. Again, it's these really super light cards, so it's kind of hard to see them. There we go. That's better. The Whale and Orca Elders. So this is about sharing your song, your frequency of sound, and diving deep. So for the next 7 days, this is really a lovely time to be. And interestingly, we've got the new moon moving into the sign of Pisces, which is a water sign. So it's interesting that the first thing that comes up is a water-based element. So about sharing your song, it's about speaking your truth and opening up that throat chakra, allowing things to come out that perhaps you're squashing down. And so that's really what is being encouraged at the moment. It's like everything that you're really after, all your wishes, your dreams, everything, it's spot on right now to be able to move into those energies. And like, you're being so well supported. Elizabeth Peru actually mentioned this in the last few days too, saying everything around you is supporting you right now. Your spirit team is supporting you deeply. Your guides, your angels, whatever you believe in, they're all around you right now, supporting you so deeply right now. And just lean into that even more and trust your intuition as well, because your intuition will be pinging massively as well. Our next card that we've got is the Star Ancestors. I'm not sure I'll be able to show you this one. Let's see how we go. There we go. Oh, beautiful, isn't it? Our Star Ancestors. So we've got the lovely pyramids in there. So this is about hidden secrets, lost wisdom. Look a little deeper. So over the next 7 days, I'm being told, allow yourself to be open to receiving some extra knowledge that's dropping in. There's going to be a few downloads that are coming in thick and fast at the moment. And this is time where you're coming from other lifetimes and the collective energies and knowledge. It's all coming through at the moment. If you're somebody who channels, you'll find that your channeling is going to be off the charts in the next 7 days. And anything that comes through, don't just dismiss it too quickly. So I've just recently finished a book called, I think it was The Secret History of Witches, perhaps, but it was actually a prequel to the series. And I'll just bring it up. All titles. The Great Witch of Brittany. That was what it was. It was the prequel to The Secret History of Witches. And the Great Witch of Brittany, and she's tuning in with her ancestors, and the ancestors would go, don't ever dismiss a witch's dream. So basically she was saying, the ancestors were saying, like, when you dream stuff, when things come through in your dreams, don't dismiss it too quickly because it was a dream. It's entirely possible that there's more to it, and it could be true. Could be a warning. It could be an awareness of a possible future that's bright. It could be anything, but don't dismiss it just because it's in dream state. So that was something that came through from a, what do we call that? A fiction book. But I've had some awarenesses while listening to some of these so-called made-up stories that I have a really funny feeling that a lot of these made up stories, especially from this time period, which is the sort of early, so the 1600s, 1700s, are actually more true than what we would like to perhaps, or what some would like to think. And the way that our history is now coming out, especially from the more spiritual sector, is through these stories. So because as I'm listening to it, I'm just like, gosh, this is so light. I feel like I've been there. I feel like this is part of what I know. And it feels more like I'm listening to my grandmother telling stories around, around the kitchen table or something like that. Hi, Angelita. Thank you for joining me. And so it's an interesting space to be in at the moment, where you're just not entirely sure of, I guess, like, because we get fed fake stuff all the time, but we believe it's true. So interesting. Thank you, honey, for sharing out. Back to the reading. So yes, the activated earth is and star ancestors, hidden secrets, lost wisdom, look a little deeper. So when you get those dreams and things, look a little deeper. Have a look. If you remember them in the morning, have a look and see, and ask some questions, some awareness questions around, is this a future prediction? Is this something I've experienced before? Is this something that the energy of something that I'm just required to be aware of? Am I required to do anything with this at all? Or is it just like a little, hey, how's things going? I'm glad I'm making you laugh, Shwana. I wonder sometimes whether I make anybody laugh. The next one that we've got, I need to do the thing the other. I'm not used to working with it this way. Is activated earth. Isn't that just such a cool card? Let's see if I can bring it closer to you. There we go. Activated earth. Beautiful. So we've got power places, ley lines, and trust where you are led. So another book that I'm listening to at the moment, which might be of interest to you, is something called The Lemurian Women. And the Lemurian Women has a lot of information. It's narrated by an Australian lady, which is Monica Morandi. I hope I'm saying that, Morandi. And you're so dark. Yes, I do have a bit of a dark sense of humor. So yes, and it talks about different things from the Palladian times, from the Lemurian times, and it's really been so interesting. It's a lot of it is about like channeled messages from Cryon. So I've never really gotten into Cryon before. So for those of you who have, awesome. And if you haven't, awesome to like bring it in this way, because I have heard from a couple of people that the guy who does a lot of the channeling for Cryon, his voices can be a little bit annoying to listen to. So yeah, but within that, there is a lot of talk about things like they call, oh God, what do they call them? What we would call ley lines, they call something else like music lines or something like that. And there's a lot of energy around Hawaii, and that was where Lemuria was. And it's going into what happened to Lemuria and some of the history with, if you are somebody who's from Lemuria, you only got to experience it once. You didn't get to experience Lemuria twice. When you reincarnated somewhere else. So you had to make the most of your life on Lemuria. So it's very, very interesting to see that this card is coming up in the next 7 days. So for those of you who have a very deep affinity with the earth, which most of us probably should, because we come from the earth and the earth is part of us and we're part of the universe, have a tap in and see where your ley lines are. Maybe Google them up, see if there's one close to you. And maybe for the full moon, or not full moon, sorry, the new moon on Monday night or Sunday night, see if you can go and tap into those energies of the ley lines and ask for what you would like to create, to be supported in what you would like to create for the future. So that's obviously something that's coming up through there. The next card that we've got is We the Hawthorns. Wow. There we go. We the Hawthorns. Deep love, mother's milk, and birth as a portal. Oh, goodness. So I'm hearing from a lot of people at the moment, this lovely spiritual ones. We are very much in the space of rebirthing right now. A lot of us are. That's why I wasn't on the show last week. I required some time to integrate what was going on for me, and I hadn't actually allowed myself proper time to do that. The last time I had a big, huge upgrade, I was basically allowed myself 2 weeks. And this time I only allowed myself a day and a half. So not nearly long enough, to be quite honest. And hi, Nang, how are you? So seriously, if you are also in this space of being rebirthed, of having massive upgrades, bio upgrades, you might be feeling all sorts of things right now. You might be really feeling the feels. You might be coming down with what you would consider colds, but colds are actually, when it comes to a spiritual upgrade, it's actually a bio upgrade. You're getting rid of the things from your system that have been holding you back, that are no longer required, that can often come out as like a cold. So that, and also with cold or sort of flu-like symptoms, it can actually be your thymus reactivating. When we're about 7 years old, it shuts down, and your thymus is actually your awareness center. And your third eye was always supposed to be about seeing the future. So what happens when after you're 7, your awareness center actually moves up to your third eye, and that does double duty until you start doing a lot of energetic healing and releasing a lot of the trauma and stuff from out of your body and reawakening your awareness center. That's when it will drop back down into your thymus and open up your thymus. But your thymus opening up, it's kind of like cracking an egg, and there's those little bits that come off the outside of the thymus after being sort of locked away for so long. And as the thymus reopens, that can show up as like cold, flu-y type symptoms, which is why if you've ever been to things like energetic retreats, healing retreats, anything like that, where you're doing a lot of energetic work, and then you come down with a cold or a flu or some sort of sickness that makes you feel a bit shitty for a few days afterwards, that's why. It's your thymus reopening and reactivating. And it's just helping to get rid of all of the gunk surrounding that. So happy days. If you ever wanted a reframe on colds and flus, that's it. Alrighty. So our last card for our 7-day reading. Hi, Marvin. How are you? 7-day reading. Let's have a look at our yummy card. And of course, if you would like to have an extended reading, feel free to pop a little donation through to the PayPal screen, rolling along the bottom. It's pinned in the thingies. It's in the show notes. Hi, Janice. And other than that, we'll see what happens. See what I'm drawn to, who I'm drawn to. Okay. So for the next 7 days, just be focusing on your heart space, okay? It's all about coming back into here. So not so much up here, right back into your heart space and really allowing yourself to drop into that for the next 7 days. Be kind to yourself and listen deeply to your heart. If you can have some time in your meditation space for looking at your heart and seeing what your heart is asking you to tune in on. Our bodies are talking to us all the time. When we have bumps and bruises and croaky throats and runny noses and all the things, even if we've banged ourselves up, there's so like on here, I have a bruise on this finger here. That was partly a warning for what was going to come next, which involved my big toe. But also it was saying to me, you need to slow down. You need to, we require you to take some time to slow down and have some space for you, which I was not doing. So that's what happens. Your body will actually physically move things around for you to make those changes. All right, so let's see. Okie dokie. Let's get that PayPal open so I can make sure that I'm well aware of if somebody goes and does do a lovely little donation. So I'd hate to miss what you are asking for me to do. There we go. Beautiful. Already and up and going. Okay. So, dun, dun, dun. And of course, just a reminder, if you wish to have an extended reading, pop a little donation down that's rolling across the screen. All right, so what's first? Cool. All right, so I see we have a few new faces here. So those of you who don't know, I created this little book here. It's called Gratitude, the Space Between Seconds. And Gratitude, the Space Between Seconds is actually an intuitive poetry book. So the cool thing about this book is that what it will do is it'll actually help me to connect to you in a really different way through the poems. So then it becomes an intuitive reading through the poems, and I will use this sometimes in my healing sessions as well. So I'm about to show you a little graphic, and then you can pop your number into the chat, remembering it's the first number that comes to your head, not necessarily your favorite number, okay? So here we go. All right, so there you go. So for those of you who wish to have a little free reading, just a tiny one, pop the numbers into the, oh, interesting. We've got 2 with the same number. Interesting. So it's the first number that pops into your head between 1 and 88. So if we've got 5 and it's twice, interesting. Thank you, Shwana. All right. So if this is for Janice. Okay. So what I'll do here, because Janice and Marvin have both chosen the same number, this isn't for you both. This is only for Janice to start off with. And Marvin, if you find stuff in here that is relevant to you, that's cool. But what I'll do is when I come to you, I'm actually going to reread the poem. And what I might do is actually jump from Janice to Shwana and then back to Marvin, okay, just so that we've got a little bit of a break between the fives. But with that, what will happen is that I'll be able to give you your individual reading based on what's relevant in this to you, okay? So that's how that works. All right. So for Janice Pulteney, let's have a read. I'm trapped in a place, trapped in a body, a place, I'm not sure why, a body, was it a mistake? So many worries, so many things to come, a need so great, a want which isn't possible, to wish for things to actually get them, impossible. To love someone, to have them love you, to be able to overcome fear and being able to like yourself. A thing which you want to achieve, a person who gives you strength, possible. Okay, Janice. What was happening as I was reading that is throughout my body, what was happening was there was a huge amount of tension that was happening, particularly around my mid-back area. Let's see, where is that? Roughly, I would say spleen kind of area. It basically that whole section of my body just went tight. So, and then as I was reading that second half, it was like I wanted to vomit. So, excuse me, energy, right? Burping is energy being shifted, moved, facilitated. So what I would be looking at for you, my sweet, is everywhere that you are making your problems greater than your possibilities, would you please destroy and uncreate that all now and let it go? Okay. Thank you. Apparently we're moving into facilitating and healing today, so that's fun. And wherever you're allowing the monkey mind to take over, you're like going over and over and over, you're in that sort of soup pot of habit of rehashing the same stuff, the same story over and over and over again. It's time to let that go. It's not serving you. It's doing you more harm than good. It's time to let it go. There's just this really intense energy, like, and now my bars are popping up here. Okay, what have we got? We've got time and space and communication going a bit nuts. So again, there's this thing of like you're stewing over something. Truth, are you speaking? No, you're not speaking your truth either. Okay, so yeah, there's a great amount of anger, there's a great amount of pain, there's a lot of resentment, that made my back go. There's a lot of resentment happening, and if you wish to move through that and get past it, then it's really important for you to learn how to forgive and let go. Doesn't mean you have to forget, right? That means when you forgive and you let go, you're forgiving yourself so that all of that energy doesn't get locked in your body, making you sick. Even if somebody has done the worst of the worst things to you, and it's like you think it's just totally unforgivable, the one person you actually do have to forgive is you. And you might be going, but I didn't do that. I didn't choose that. Well, actually you did. And you did choose it by being in that place at that time. Okay. And there'll be a reason for it. Everything happens for a reason. Everything. There'll be a point in your life, maybe even before you were born, when you were still in spirit form, where you had an agreement that you had to create and experience something for yourself. And that may have been something really bad. That may have been something traumatic. And what happens is we agree to these traumatic things so that we can grow. Okay. So I'm getting a sense for you, sweets, that you've got to just really dive into your deep healing work and keep going. Okay. Don't stop. You may have done, I get a sense that you've done a little bit already. You may have been even into it for years. But right now, everybody is upgrading, massively upgrading. And you are too. It's asking you, and it's you're demanding, your body is demanding, your being is demanding, and your team is demanding that you keep moving forward. So it could be that you go and see an energetic healer. It could be somebody who does theta healing would be really, really handy for you, because they'll dive into the different areas that perhaps you haven't explored before. Somebody who does maybe a bit of past life regression work, somebody who does even just going and giving your body some love with some Reiki, or, getting your access bars run, or anything like that will be really, really handy as well. But somebody who is, for you, I get somebody who is talented in a few different modalities would be really helpful for you. Okay, so there we go. Hope that helps, Janice. I know that was interesting. It's so fun. All right, Shwana, I'm going to jump down to you first, and then I'll pop back up to Marvin. So 88 for Shwana Skinner. All right, just giving your team a bit of a moment to just jump in. Beautiful. Okay, Shwana, gratitude, the space between seconds. Stumbling through life, hints of awareness whisper, only to be discounted or made wrong. Hoping and wishing something else is possible, gleaning information, slowly gaining ground and pace, shaking off the shackles and lies, creating a brand new existence where knowing and awareness pulse. Seeing what is and what isn't with clarity, playing with choice and expansion, becoming more at ease with falling in love with true self. Seeing the molecules, perceiving energy flows, receiving different beings, creating new possibilities. Embracing the gratitude flowing into and through the space between seconds. Oh, Shwana. You're at the moment, I'm getting a sense of you're actually in a space, the space between seconds, right? That's why you picked that poem. Now, when you're in this space between seconds, it can feel a little bit unnerving because you haven't got the pressure of your previous version of you. When we are going through all of those different upgrades, there's this moment after an upgrade has happened where it's just peaceful, and it's just kind of like you just get to sit back and you're just kind of like, wow. And it feels a bit like you're not of this world. It feels a bit like spaciness. And I'm kind of getting the sense that that might be where you're at the moment, where, and then you're trying to find what we call connection points. So when you're trying to find those connection points, especially if you've got a partner or something like that, because when you upgrade, they sometimes find it hard to find you, energetically find you, because your destination, I guess, has changed, right? So it's kind of like the telephone connector in the old days, you know, with their telephone exchange putting it into that hole, the telephone line into that hole, but you don't live there anymore. You're actually one over So it's like that's what your partner's trying to do, or your friends or your family or kids or whatever. They're trying to find you in that hole, but you're not there anymore. You're actually over here. And that can create sometimes a little bit of friction until they actually realize, oh, actually, no, she's over here. In the meantime, though, with that friction, what can happen is that you might try to go back to the old space, and it will hurt because you can no longer inhabit that space anymore. And that's where we find that we might get a bit grumpy. We might get a little bit tetchy with people. It might be like your patience is really, really thin. So it's like you end up in these highs and these lows of going, oh, wow, so much space, so much nice. Oh, wow, the world looks so beautiful. And then you've got this family member or whatever going, yeah, but I can't find you. So you're like, oh, for fuck's sake, all right, I'll come down to your level for a minute. Come on, you got to find me up here. So what I would suggest to you right now is when you have those upgrades and you're in that space between seconds where you're feeling like nice and spacey, and it's just like, in a meditation, imagine sending golden threads out through to each of your family members and those people that are really close to you, so that they can still energetically find you, okay? And if you do that, if you send those little golden threads out to those people, the ones that are meant to stay will stay. And the ones that aren't, you won't be able to connect to them properly anyway. Okay, so just to make things a little bit, it's sort of like an act of kindness for them as well as you, so you can keep upgrading and they don't have to go through that trauma of not being able to energetically find you. So, and you can do that with your workmates. You can do that, any place that you find that suddenly things have gone a bit wonky and you're having more arguments or tension or whatever. It could be because they're struggling to find you. So keep doing the work, keep doing your upgrades, keep being amazing, keep experiencing different things in your life, keep moving forward, use your intuition, keep doing that, keep listening to your heart, keep listening to your feminine intuition. You got this. This is actually a really lovely poem, and you will require to use some tools, and much like I said to Janice, perhaps get some energetic healing done, and see where that goes, and just give your body some love and nurturing as well, because the body sometimes takes a couple of moments just to catch up with where you're at. All right, I hope that helps for you. And Janice, you're so welcome. It's my pleasure. Alrighty, now back to 5 for Marvin. How funny that you two both picked the same one. That makes me laugh so much. You're welcome, Shwana. Okay, Marvin. Hopefully you're still floating around. Just giving your team a bit of time to jump in and to say goodbye to Shwana's team. Otherwise, there's a big old party happening behind me and it gets a bit much, a bit loud. They love the twinkly lights too. It's like, doof, doof, let's go, baby. So good. I didn't drink nearly enough water yesterday. I drank about 2.5 liters over the day, but it was so hot. Like I said, it was like 39 degrees, which is, I think, let's see, let's Google that one. think it's up in the yep, that's what I thought. So 39 is about 102 Fahrenheit. So yeah, high 90s, and it was hot, and I should have drunk more water. So today has been all about, even when I got home, it was just like drinking, and I didn't urinate, I didn't pee for more than 12 hours. Not because I didn't want to, like, as in it wasn't because I had a full bladder. It was that I was sweating it out too fast. So, so my bladder just was not, it wasn't receiving anything. So there was nothing to pee. So yes, today's definitely been about hydrating a lot. And thank goodness I have Kangen water, because like with the 9.5 Kangen water pH, I'm able to hydrate much more quickly. But I noticed even this morning I woke up with a very slight dehydration headache, and I was just like, okay, make sure I get into my water. Alrighty, Marvin. Is that your team who's the party animals, eh? They love it. All right, so I'm trapped. This is for Marvin. Trapped in a place, trapped in a body, a place I'm not sure why, a body, was it a mistake? So many worries, so many things to come, a need so great, a want which isn't possible, to wish for things, to actually get them, impossible. To love someone, to have them love you, being able to overcome fear, being able to like yourself, a thing which you want to achieve, a person who gives you strength, possible. Okay, so Marvin, do you have some, I'm going to put it this way, body challenges? Maybe what some would call disabilities or irregularities with your body? Because as I was reading that, it was kind of like there was a lot of judgment around how your body functions in comparison to other people. That's what was sort of coming through on that one. And it's like, your team really wishes you to know there is nothing wrong with you. I don't know what it is that you are judging your body so harshly for, but there is something there, and they're saying there is nothing wrong with you. There is nothing wrong with the body that you have. It's time for you to really embrace who you are and allow yourself the space to enjoy you as the being you truly be. The energies and the messages that are coming through is like, you are good enough. You are talented enough. And now I'm hearing swearing, so that's fun. And the swearing is anybody who doesn't believe in you, tell them to fuck right off. So I don't know who that was. I like them because what they're saying is true. Whatever it is, whatever you're desiring to create, now is the time to do it. Have the, dig down to the bottom of your belly and bring up that courage. Draw on and bring in your spirit team, because they're very strong, and they wish to support you in your creations. And your spirit team is a mixture of people. Like it's not just your family members. There's a really good mixture in there from both, business type people and spiritual type people, and there's some otherworldly energies in there too. You're very, very well supported in whatever you wish to play with, whatever creations, whatever business you wish to go into. Now's the time. They're saying, get off your butt and do what you got to do, because you're never going to be, nothing is ever going to be as right as it is right now. You are not trapped at all. Everything is possible. And they're asking me to remind you, everything is possible. You've just got to choose it, and you've got to act. Get into action. Getting very passionate. It's like I feel like there's a fire under my butt. So hopefully I'm communicating that well enough for you. So I'm going to add this little clearing here. So everywhere that you're allowing your impossibilities, your past failures, your judgments of who you are, on what your body is, and all the rest of that, anything else that is preventing you from having your most extraordinary life and moving into the creations that light you up and make you feel so, so happy. Anything that is stopping you from doing that, please destroy and uncreate it now and let it go. Just allowing that energy to roll through. Yes. You got this. You got this. It is time. All right. Hope that helps you, Marvin. Thank you to your team. Oh dear. And whoever else that was resonating for, feel free to pick up some of that fire off of my butt, because it's quite warm. Oh goodness. Hi Melinda, and hello everybody. It's so lovely to have you join us. Oh, that was so funny. Oh dear. Hello Leanne. Hey Melinda, thank you. Yeah, I get to do an extended reading today. I'm so excited. All right. Leanne from Amazing Life Strategies. I love it when you tune in, darling. It's okay that you're late. It's all right. I've been having fun with the others. I got the chance to chat to myself for a while. So that's all good. And of course, I've already done my week reading. So if you want to catch that, that's right back at the start. There was some good stuff in there. Real good stuff around the moon, because we've got that coming up on Sunday night, Monday. Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. All right. I'm actually really amazed, Leanne, that I've remembered your name, because with my latest upgrade, sometimes names haven't stuck. It's like names that I've remembered for a long time have suddenly disappeared out of my head. So it was like, wow, amazing. I remembered Leanne's name. So you must be really super special, because you're still in my brain there. All right, Melinda, 42. Oh dear, you're funny. Oh, Penelope. All right. Alrighty. Melinda. Calling on Melinda's team for number 42. Mate, don't do the whole Penelope thing on me. You'll just fuck my head up. All right. I could call you Magical Unicorn. Oh, Angelita, did you put in a number, darling? Put in a number between 1 and 88. And then I'll be able to do you a wee poem too, if you wish. Penelope, but stop. Oh, you made me snort. That's funny. Oh, I love it. Now we've got Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego going through my head, so that's awesome. Right, Melinda, back to you, my sweets. Christmas poem, you chose 42. Bright and beautiful is the season. The warm weather is here. No shit. In New Zealand, we find our togs. In England, they find their jackets. The sun is shining, the tree is decorated, and the children are wondering, what will Santa bring this year? What a fascinating poem for you to choose. So what I was seeing, as soon as I opened that one up and saw what it was, all I got is the words that came through immediately was, life is such a gift. And we're so glad you're finally seeing it. So your team is loving where you're heading with your life at the moment. That's really enjoying seeing you feeling a lot more bright and positive about where things are going. You're seeing the brightness and the beauty of it all. And, oh, yeah, man. Oh, and so, yes, different bars are going off, which is awesome. I'm really, and it's really about enjoying the moment. So your team is just so happy that you're just really enjoying your moments right now. Yeah. That's what it feels like. Everything is just feeling like a gift every single day. And it's just like, yes, yay, I'm off to do work today. Just like we are at Christmas, right? And, you know, that beautiful early morning thing with the kids or Christmas holidays, and you get to go out to the beach and, you know, all those things that we get to do here in the Southern Hemisphere in the winter, in the Christmas time, because of course for our Northern Hemisphere peeps, they get in the winter, so they're not thinking about going to the beach at Christmas. But we certainly are, or the rivers or whatever, you know. So have fun, keep having fun, because that's what they're loving right now. Cool bananas. Thank you, Melinda. That was really lovely. All right, Angelita. 22. Grab you before you go off to work. Okay, so we're just saying goodbye to Melinda's. Melinda's team can just go and sit out in the waiting room for a bit, because they'll be coming back in a bit later. Just bringing Angelita's team in. Oh, I love that one. It's watermelon and mint, and I think it might have a little bit of strawberry in there as well. It's one of those bags that you put in cold water, and you let it sit for a while, and you can give it a bit of a shake up, and just so lovely. I really enjoy that flavor of watermelon and mint together. Do you know that I never actually had that flavor combo until I moved here to Australia? And I was at a Christmas party, and somebody brought a watermelon with mint like salad, and I was like, this is a bit weird, but I'll give it a go, because I'm always up for something, like just trying new things. And yeah, bam, and there we go. I got to have watermelon mint, and it was really, really, really super tasty. So there we go. Fantastic. For Angelita, Genic teas as cold infusions, they're really yummy. Yum, yum, yum. Yes, you heard your name, Angelita. Going to do your reading, darling. Together in harmony. As you leave me tonight, I feel this strange feeling, one that I haven't felt in a long time. It's a feeling of peace, but also one of loss. Peace to know that you'll return, and loss that you aren't with me now. I want you to know, even if I can't say it at the moment, that I care for you, and that when we are apart, I'll be thinking of you. Interesting. This one here it's sitting in my heart area. I'm just asking them, are they talking about like who they're actually talking about here? Because initially it felt like your kids, like they miss you. And then it shifted and it went somewhere else. Because it's not an intimate partner or anything like that. It feels more familial, like family type. It feels very much like someone who misses you but doesn't tell you. It feels more like that. And it's kind of like that they're sending you this message to go, yeah, I do miss you and I care for you and I'm thinking of you, but I just can't tell you. And yeah, but they're telling you energetically, which sometimes reads as spirit. So let me just ask them, Truth, is this person embodied? Oh, okay. Yes, they are at the moment. I'm going to put it that way. Okay. So they are in a bit of a wonky space at the moment, I'm getting. But their love is still there. It's still with you. So yeah, I'm going to read that again so that you can see what your awareness is picking up on this too. So as you leave me tonight, I feel this strange feeling, one that I haven't felt in a long time. It's a feeling of peace, but also one of loss. Peace to know that you'll return, loss that you aren't with me now. I want you to know, even if I can't say it at the moment, that I care for you and that when we are apart, I'll be thinking of you. So, Angelita, whoever this is, and I get the sense that you already know, they are battling their own stuff right now. They still love you very, very much. And even if they can't say it verbally to you, maybe they're not expressing themselves very well, they're keeping it all very hidden, very down, very blocked. They still are very much loving you. And I'm also hearing there's nothing else you can do other than just be. Your team is supporting you right now, and their team is supporting them, but they're going to make their own choices no matter what. And whether that's a choice to stay or not to stay, there's not a hell of a lot you can do about it. But they will still be around no matter what, still energetically with you. Okay. This is a very interesting spin on this story, on this poem. Yeah, I'm sorry, sweets. But yeah, there's a lot of I'm feeling just so much spinning that it's like they're just going from side to side of not really knowing which way to go. They don't know if they should stay. It's like the song that's just popped into my head is like, should I stay or should I go? If I stay, there will be trouble. But if I go, there will be double. So it feels very much like that right now. Rock in a hard place. Just so knowing that you know who I'm speaking about and who's tapping in, just keep sending them unconditional love and allow them that space of peace, of no judgment from you. Because they also, one of the reasons why people in their position don't necessarily say the truth of what's going on for them is because they don't wish to be a burden. So yeah, just keep reaching out, keep loving on them, keep letting them know that you're there, and just wrap them energetically. And even if you can't do that physically with the phone or whatever, just spiritually, energetically, just wrap them up in love. Okay. All right. Big breath and expand out. Okay. So expand out your awareness out beyond the planet, out beyond the solar system, out beyond the galaxies, out beyond the universes. And now grab your sense of allowance and grab that out, expand it out beyond the country, beyond the planet, beyond the solar system, expanding out your allowance beyond the galaxies, beyond the universes, and expanding out beyond your awareness. Beautiful. Try to remain at least that far. Okay? That will help. And now you can send them some unconditional love from the universe. So to do that, you just, there's like, imagine bright opalescent light all around you, bringing it in through your heart space and sending it out through your heart space to the other person. And there's no point of view attached to that. It's just, I'm sending you love, sending you unconditional love. So unconditional love is different from just normal love. Unconditional love means love with absolutely no rules, no boundaries, no obligations, no attachments whatsoever. It's just pure love. And this is what the world, the Mother Nature, the universe, the God, source, whatever you wish to call it, is. So basically you're just directing that unconditional love from you, or through you rather, through to the other people. You're welcome. Alrighty. Righty ho, Melinda. Let me jump back to you, my sweet. What kind of reading would you like today? Let's see what cards would like to come and play for Melinda. Because she very kindly has popped in a donation, which is so cool. Helps keep the channel running. Okay, we're going to play with those cards for a little bit. Yes, the Secret Language of Light cards came out in our 7-day reading today, which was pretty freaking cool. They don't often come out to play. They require a little bit of space so they can move back. Now, Melinda, what kind of reading? Whatever you can tap into, please. I have lots going on. Job, love, your choice, please, and thank you. All right. Well, let's see what comes up. Oh, okay. Oh, wow. We're yawning already. Your team is back in the house. Okay, which way do we wish to go first? That way first. Okie dokie. All right, do I have to get out my washi tape or my sticky tape? My duct tape, perhaps? Oh gosh, the snorting again today. I crack myself up because even if nobody else is laughing, at least I am. This is really interesting. The cards that are being shuffled at the moment are the Divine Feminine Oracle. So it's interesting that these ones have come out for you, my sweet. I know. If you recall, I said tap because I knew what you were meaning. But I would be curious, what is your favorite type of tape? And don't say it depends on the situation. I think my favorite tape, I actually have two. I really like Gorilla Tape. And Gorilla Tape because it is quite versatile and it actually sticks. And the other tape that I like is washi tape, actually, for the opposite reason. But it's like it's an intentionally not as sticky, but it's perfect for my crafting. Any more from here? Nope. Okay, cool. Oh. Oh, honey. All righty. So we have 4 beautiful goddesses here that are here to assist and guide you. No, it's all good. It's all good. It's just really funny. The last two, I'll explain when I get to them. All right. So to start off with, we've got Saint Bridget. Okay. And she's our Lady of Exalted Light. I give endlessly because the light is without end. My soul is all I require. I'm going to put on there instead of need. So Saint Bridget, if I remember rightly, let me just grab the book, just so that I'm not speaking out of turn. Where are you? See, I haven't used these cards too terribly much, so I love the fact that you're stretching me. Awesome. Okay, so a couple of things that are just popping out of this as I'm reading. Number one is to watch out for the number 525, because this will be Saint Bridget talking to you. So if you see 525 popping up, that's her coming through. It's saying that she, in tradition, and it's funny because what the sentence says and what I just said are slightly different, but that's what was coming through when I just, as intuitively I read it. So it says in the book, it says, tradition says that Saint Bridget died on Imbed in 525. So that's one of the different seasons from the pagan days. So Imbed. But yeah, 525 just picked, it was just like whoa, highlighted in my eyeballs. And so yeah, just watch out for that, because that means that she's very much around you. We've also got, there's a few numbers there actually. 453 was 453, which was when she was born in Ireland. Okay. And she was the daughter of an enslaved Pict woman called Brucia. The Bridget's name comes from the Celtic Brigandi, meaning high or exalted. So she was somebody who was a very, very generous lady. She basically gave up everything that she could, even though she was born a slave. She gave away everything she possibly could to help those in need. So there's definitely a correlation between the work that you're doing right now and the energy of Saint Bridget. So what I'm hearing around this is that you are basically in your soul alignment. So, and she is supporting you with what you're choosing to do right now. So while this is giving you just so much joyousness, it's because it is a part of who you be. That generosity of spirit, that working in a voluntary sense that is just speaking to your heart. It speaks to her heart. And she's just like so proud of you for doing what you're doing. Okay. So that was what was coming through as I was reading all of that, just quickly. So your soul voice meditation says, what can I clear out of my space that no longer resonates with me? And your intention is, I give endlessly because the light is without end. My soul is all I require. Okay, so that's something, a couple of things for you to have a look at, I would say, over the next little bit, is look at perhaps letting go of a few things that maybe aren't actually serving you anymore, that no longer resonate with you, that maybe you're holding on to for perhaps perhaps you've just not looked at it, or perhaps it's like you think it's got sentimental value, but perhaps it's maybe not that anymore. Perhaps you have to clear some space to allow your next lovely person in. That's something that quite often has to happen. Okay. That does make sense for what's happening further down. All right. Your next card that we've got is, let me just grab that one, 121. Oh, I apologize to this goddess because I don't know how to say her last name properly. Okay. So we've got Yichi Sogail. I'm so sorry. The Lady of the Lotus Born. Embodiment is the deepest bliss. My body was made for enlightenment. So Yishi represents a deep wisdom that has been much misunderstood. Okay. So this beautiful goddess was born a princess in Tibet in 777. So there's some extra numbers for you. And her name means Wisdom Lake Queen because at the moment of her birth, a nearby lake doubled in size, symbolizing her tremendous wisdom, her waters of enlightenment. How cool is that? All right. So what we're getting from this one is you are being reminded that everything that you touch, everything you do, everything that you be is connected to the divine. Okay. So much like as she was born and the waters of the lake grew, she's connected to the divine and it made the lake grow. Everything you say, everything you do is not separate from the divine. It is part of the divine. So you have the ability to have an incredibly profound impact on those around you, the things around you. So this is a really beautiful reminder just to keep that in your mind so we can have that impact both in a positive and negative way. The body too often can be the scapegoat for so much hate, distrust, and violence. The body holds infinite wisdom, pleasure, and possibility. So again, it's around that stuff of everywhere that you're judging your beautiful body. Would you please just let that all go now? Right, well, do that. For your soul voice meditation, what helps me remember that my body is sacred? All right, so you do have a sacred body. What can help you remember that? So pop that into your next meditation. And your intention for this beautiful being is embodiment is the deepest bliss. My body was made for enlightenment. So again, it's like your journey has definitely not stopped. Your journey of enlightenment is still being created every single day, every single moment of the day. And just keep rocking and rolling with it because you're doing a really, really great job. All right. Now we get to the two that made me crack up laughing. Because you've been following me for long enough now that you know the first one especially and the second one. Actually, they both are right up in my world right now. So the first one was Mary Magdalene. Okay. So you've got this gorgeous apostle to the apostles. And she says, I am the bridge between heaven and earth. I am fully human and fully divine. So we know Mary Magdalene very, very well. And the reason why I cracked up laughing is because she's also a very sensual being. She's someone who was not prudish. I'm going to put it that way. She wasn't vulgar either, but she wasn't prudish, and she definitely comprehended the reasoning for sensuality, for sexuality, for divine intimate connection, and also not just intimate connection with the divine, but also intimate connection with human to human. And she is someone who, when she pops up, often it is like she can be a little bit of a empowerer. She also doesn't like it when we swear. When she steps in, which she is here now. When she steps in, it's you have to mind your P's and Q's. But at the same time, she just has that beautiful, gorgeous, sensual energy. So what I'm getting from this at the moment is, please keep accentuating your sensualness. Keep accentuating your divine feminine. Keep that in balance between your divine feminine and your divine masculine. And enjoy having that expanding out and flowing through everything that you're touching and doing right now, because as that continues to flow and you're just being in that goddess energy, all the other things that you're worrying about will just start to naturally fall into place. But there is a space of you requiring, she's basically saying for you to have that much ease, you have to be okay with your level of sensuality, with your level of divine feminine, your softness, your fun, your play, your desire, your yumminess, your juiciness. And as you're choosing that for you, others will fall in around you, and you'll just find things a lot easier moving forward. Okay? Gotta love Magdalene when she pops up. And the next one, the last goddess, the fourth goddess that is choosing to come and play with us. Let me just see if I can see that number correctly. 104. Can you take a guess what it might be? Who it might be, or I should say. Hi, Sandra. I don't always stretch you. Oh, dear. Yes, stretching me is a good idea. I like it. Have you got a guess as to who it is? All right. No guess? All right, I'll let you know. It's Kuan Yin, the beautiful goddess Kuan Yin. She is the goddess of compassion. And I recognize suffering in order to release it. Curiosity breeds compassion. All right. So this is why these two cracked me up, because Kuan Yin and Mary Magdalene and Mother Mary have been around me for a good 3 to 4 years. They've been my mentors. And for this 3 months, so January, February, March, I've got Kuan Yin as well. So I've got a real powerhouse floating around me right now. And compassion is something that I know that you actually have a lot of. So I'm actually hearing from her that to be also mindful of allowing others to ride over you a little bit. Be aware of when your compassion is maybe not creating more. And also be aware of where it would create more, and so ramp it up a little bit more on those particular areas. Okay. So that curiosity is a beautiful part of Kuan Yin. She just wants to know what makes people tick, right? So she asks lots of questions, and that's a part of her energy and where she likes to go. She is someone who she is very, very empathic as a goddess anyway. And this is something that you and her share in common. You're both very empathic people. You can hear, as it says, the cries of the world. So again, it is about being aware of that level of capacity, but also to know where you can change that energy and where you've just got to acknowledge it and let it go. Okay. Hi, Sam. All right. So your soul voice meditation using, or rather working with Kuan Yin is, what pain or suffering can I listen to now with curiosity? So even at work, when somebody comes to you and starts telling you about something that's happening in their life, do you dive into their pain with them, or do you just listen with curiosity? Because that might be a skill that you're requiring to just ramp up a little bit more. And as you do practice that more, I'm actually hearing it's going to be very beneficial to you for your next job, whatever that is. So she's just saying, yeah, be very aware that this is a skill that you're being asked to just practice and polish just a little bit more of, remaining observant and curious, but not diving into it with them. Ask more questions and allow yourself to just be compassionate with them. Okay. And your intention is, I recognize the suffering in order to release it. Curiosity breeds compassion. Okay. So that's our beautiful divine feminine goddesses. We've got brilliance. Oh my goodness, it's so brilliant. You can't even see it. Oh, geez. I don't know what's happening with my light today. Normally I can get these working a little bit better. There we go. We've got like that beautiful water energy happening. All right. So it says, discover your sparkle. And what I'm hearing from this one is there's some fun energies that are popping up around you at the minute. And this is your love card. Keep sparkling. Keep sparkling. Keep being you. Keep enjoying being you, because that's attractive. Much like we are attracted to waterfalls because they're just so amazing and sometimes ferocious and beautiful, and the sound of them and the feel of being in the water and all the bubbles and if you're in the pool at the bottom and the waterfall's not too big, and you get, it's like an earthbound spa. Be that. Continue to be that, and your love life stuff will continue to develop on its own and just be absolutely beautifully wonderful. All right. Good work. Good work. Keep practicing. Okay, your love card. What an interesting team we have in the room today. All right, let's have a look. Oh, we got support. Okay, so each of these beautiful cards here. So of course you've got Saint Bridget, you've got Yichi, you've got Mary Magdalene and Kuan Yin. They're supporting you as well as your normal team. Okay, so just enjoy, and they're there for you. So keep being you, keep being your sparkle, and maybe you might have to be a little bit more flirty. Maybe you're required to just allow Mary Magdalene into your space a little bit more and just play with her energy in regards to that love life stuff. You might find that something, you know, you can ask in your meditation and your team, you can ask your team to assist with that in a way that will encourage him to have the courage to maybe ask you out on a date or something. Yes. there's some very cheeky energies coming through there. So enjoy. Try not to be the nun in that situation. But yes. Oh dear. What a funny reading that one was. I enjoy you all. Thank you. Oh dear. Oh, Sandra. Thank you, honey. Sandra's just popped through a donation. I appreciate you so much. Alrighty, Sandra. Oh, thank you for saying that you love my hair. It's been a chop done. So it's quite short at the back here now. It's lovely. I'm enjoying it a lot. I'm enjoying it a lot. Sandra, what would you like me to do a reading with you today on? So thank you to Melinda's team. Thank you to the goddesses. So appreciate you. Yes, maybe you should have suggested a coffee today. Sometimes these men, they need a little bit of encouragement. Sometimes they listen, sometimes they don't. So it's like 4-2. Would that be any clearer? Ah, see, your sparkle. That would have changed that energy. Okay, Sandra. Let's see, what cards does Sandra's team wish to play with today? Okay. Nice energy is already stepping in, so that's lovely. Yes. I look forward to hearing more. Coffee might be on their cards. I don't have coffee in my cards, unfortunately. Oh dear. Sandra. You've got lots of energy processing through right now, sweets. That's what all that yawning is. And of course, the laughtering, interesting word that's just popped through there. The laughter is a nice energy shifter as well. So if you hear me sort of laughing and giggling, it's not necessarily because I think what is happening is funny. Sometimes it is. Sometimes moving energy is just funny, just tickles. It's a bit like, somebody coming along with their little fingers going. I feel you, hun. Let's see what the cards have to say. Okay, Sandra, I'm going to ask you to expand out now. Okay. So could you please take a big, deep breath all the way down to the bottom of your toes? And then breathing out. And again, big, 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 deep breath in the bottom of your belly. And then breathing out slowly. Okay, expanding out your awareness. Out beyond your home. Out in a big, big bubble. Out to the size of Australia. Size of the planet. The size of the solar system. Size of the galaxies. The size of the universes. Okay, keep your awareness out, nice and expanded out, and you might feel a bit cranky right now. It's totally normal. It's okay. Just follow me. Now grab your sense of allowance. Allowance is being able to perceive everything from no point of view. Okay, expanding out your allowance beyond your body, beyond your home in a big bubble. Expanding out your allowance beyond the size of Australia, beyond the size of the planet. Expanding out your allowance beyond the size of the solar system and the galaxies and the universes. And expanding out your allowance beyond your awareness, please. Beautiful. Now just perceive as everything just goes and like relaxes. Okay. And now for you, my sweet, I'm actually going to ask you to tap into your energy centers and your base chakra, your creative, your feminine energies, please. Just imagine that you have red rose petals, beautiful, lush red rose petals, and they're all sort of floating in and around your pelvic area. And the energy of those rose petals is just balancing out those masculine and feminine energies, reminding you of your own beautiful, unique feminine sparkle. It's like just tickling that sparkly energy up, bringing it out from where you've hidden it away. And now they're playing with the rose petals. So you've got like sparkly energy and rose petals all playing together. And now expanding that up through your belly and down your legs, down through to your feet and your toes. Expanding that beautiful energy of rose petals, those beautiful deep red rose petals, and that sparkly energy that is uniquely you, your beautiful feminine side, your creative, your generative, your magical side. Expanding that up through your back, through your heart, through your chest, down your arms to your fingertips, and all the way up through to the crown. Just soothing and calming your conscious mind and your subconscious. Soothing and calming your ego and your id. Allowing your superego to have a little bit more of a say right now. Sending some healing through to whatever areas are requiring it. Paying close attention to your heart area. Maybe not your physical heart, but your energetic heart. Now expanding out that beautiful, beautiful energy out beyond the size of your body. Beyond filling up your entire room that you're in. Imagine your entire room is filled with all of your sparkly energy and those rose petals, and they're all just dancing around. It's not claustrophobic at all. It's just fun. It's like being surrounded by in a room full of rainbows, but it's the energy that you truly be, that light, beautiful, gorgeous energy that you truly be. Expanding that out, up into the sky and down onto the earth. And as you do that, you'll start welcoming in the energies from the sky, the energies from Mother Earth, okay? And playing with those as well. And now expanding out your beautiful energy out beyond the size of the planet, and now beyond the size of the solar system and the galaxies and the universes. And now expanding that out beyond the size of your awareness and beyond the size of your allowance. Beautiful. Now you can actually create magic, as you always have done, but with a lot more ease. Okay? Moving back into your card reading now. Hope that helps to shift a bit of that energy around for you. Okay, so the first card that we've got, these are all the wordy cards, okay? So it says, you have been blessed with the opportunity to renew love. Nurture it so it may blossom in you. All right. So this is very much a time for you to be bringing forward that space of love. Yay, you feel better. Now you know why I say expanding out is so powerful. All right. I don't always add that other bit. I do it in a different way, a bit more quicker. But for you, I get it was necessary to have it in that particular way for you. And I wonder who else was listening that was helping them too. Because there's never just one person, you know. So yes, you have been blessed. Even through our most trying times, there's these nuggets in there that sometimes we don't discover till afterwards, but there's always something. There's always something in there that will assist you to grow your space of love, that will grow in and for you in a spiritual or energetic way. It's sometimes it's hard to see beyond the loudness of the day. This time is one of emotional fulfillment and promise. Focus your energies and visualize your desired outcome. We haven't really spoken about this, but do you do vision boards at all? Or maybe journaling of some sort? Maybe, because I don't see, vision boards are not always something that I do. I think I may have created one or two in my life. But what I do enjoy doing is when I tap into that space is I will write words. So my vision board tends to be more words than, and I'll just do it in one of my diaries or whatever. But I'm getting a sense of you actually physically, cool, you do it in your head, maybe write stuff down. Maybe it's time to put it into more of a solid form, what you're actually choosing to do, like you're wishing to desire in your life. So that because it says here, focus your energies and visualize your desired outcome. So like really tapping into it and giving it all, like giving the universe the message really super, super clearly. And you can do that both with your mind, but also how you speak about things and also writing it down. So if all three of those are in alignment, you'll find that things will be able to move forward with a lot more ease and a lot more fastly. Oh my goodness, all these made up words today. Because of all of the energies that are surrounding us right now, you know, like I said earlier, Elizabeth Peru and so many others are all, and I know for me, in my experience, we are all being very, very well supported right now. So keep tapping into all of those different tools, okay? Be adventurous. There is much change around you and possibilities abound. Allow yourself to be open to them. So I know that you have those capacities. I know that you have the capacities to flow with the possibilities, and they're asking you to do that even more. There's going to be some pretty interesting things coming your way, I think. And this is something Spirit always loves to do sometimes, always sometimes. Cautiousness, subtlety, and tact are needed in order to accomplish your desired goal. Be mindful. So it's about that whole thing of not being a bull at a gate. I'm going to do this. And it's just like, you know. So they're asking for you to go with the flow. Working with that new moon in Pisces, that makes a lot of sense of, you know, going with the flow. Use your awareness. What I would suggest to you is when you go, interesting. Sorry, I just flipped over the next card. When you go and to see about choosing a possibility that pops up, what I would suggest to you is to do that technique that I've just taken you through, the expanding out technique, okay? And expand out and then look at each possibility, each thing, that opportunity that is coming your way, and see if it truly matches the energy of the life that you truly desire. Because if it does, cool. But if it doesn't, then don't choose that. So, or you can, but it's with awareness that it might not work out the way you think, the way that you would like it to. Okay. So across the 4 cards, this is something unique that happens with this particular deck, is that they have words in capitals. So, and they tend to show up another message coming across. So it goes, blessed, visualize, be open, and be mindful. So yes, you are blessed. Please visualize what you've got to do, be open, and be mindful. Okay, because there's going to be not every opportunity that comes your way you have to say yes to. Sometimes it's just the universe testing you out to see if that's what you're after. Because if we're a little bit wishy-washy on what we are desiring, they will just throw the next best thing that it just gives you what sort of seems to match. Okay, so yeah. Oh yeah, you're having a lot of choices right now, so that's pretty cool. The second to last card that I've got for you, honey, is integrity. Okay, so align your actions so they match your values, your inner knowingness of what is right for you. So this is where you've got to get really, really clear on the energy of the life that you truly desire. If you can really bring that through and integrate that deeply into your conscious awareness, not your subconscious, it's already there, right? You basically got to bring it forward. Your divine spirit, your being already knows what it is. It's only your conscious mind that has forgotten. Okay, so if you can bring that forward and allow your body to truly integrate the energy and the vibration of what the life that you truly desire feels like, not necessarily looks like, but feels like, then all the things that will come along, you'll be able to tell really quickly if that matches or not. Because your body will become the tuning fork. And when something doesn't match, it'll feel weird. It'll feel wonky. It will make you sort of go, yeah, no. Mm-mm. Okay. So, I'll have a look at that one. When we're in our meditation, I'm just quickly saying, when you're in meditation space, you can ask your team to show you what the energy of the life that you truly desire feels like. Show me. You can say, I command that you show me what the energy of the life that I truly desire feels like. And your body, you'll get the awareness of what that is. Okay? The only thing that will stop it from coming through is your projections, expectations, and judgments about what it should look like, feel like, smell like, taste like, be like. Okay? So you really have to get all of that shit out of the way and drop it all down, let it go, expand out, and then you can actually tap into that with so much more ease. Okay? All right, your yummy card, Miss Sandra. Interesting. Is forgiveness. So when we have been through trauma, when we have been through heartache and hurtache, and we're working from our hurt spaces, you know this. Forgiveness is one of the things that can be the hardest thing to do, yet is the most effective and profound. And it's not about, like, yes, there's a part of it which is the forgiveness of others, but it's actually more so the forgiveness of yourself for being there. Okay? Go stop beating yourself up, honey. So there's a lot more that I could add, but it isn't the time or the place. Okay? So yeah, enjoy. Do some meditation. Get that visualizing going. Manifesting mantras in a book. Cool. Bring back these tools that have worked for you. And maybe one of the things that I love to do and to have with me when I do meditations is to actually have a book which hasn't got lines on it. It's just like, it's a sketch journal, because the lines I find, I know, hun, I know. Oh, it's hard work. The lines I find are actually restricting. So one of the things that I find to be very freeing is having pages with no lines on them whatsoever. So I can't judge myself for going wobbly in my writing. I can't judge myself if I all of a sudden break into light language, or if I just do a scribble, or it's what I call intuitive journaling. Okay. and or what is called, not just what I call it, it's intuitive journalings, where you can actually just allow these energies to flow through. So that might be something that will help you to move some of this energy which is locked in out, put it on the page. Okay. If you are concerned that other people will get that, intuitive, sometimes it's called automatic, but it's more intuitive because it's dealing with the parts of the brain of the subconscious, and also your intuition. So yeah, there's that. Yes, and writing it down will be much more advantageous for you, I think, than, well, that's what they're telling me as well. It's like it keeps rolling around in your head, and there's a lot of emotional energy which is asking to be released right now, and it's not going to release. There's some tools that you have to bring in, some new tools to you that you've not used before, that is going to help you to process with this stuff. Okay. It's interesting. There's a lot of energy there. A lot of distractor implants. Distractor implants are things that are basically energies or points of views that we've been implanted with that keep us stuck and distracted from actually what is our truth. Okay. So there's quite a few of them. It's like blame, shame, regret, guilt, anger, rage, fury, hate. That's a few of them that I can remember off the top of my head. And they're very interesting when you start dealing with them. Anyway, my sweet, forgiveness of self is your yummy card. I hope that helps, my darling. Yeah, I know you love the tools. And there's going to be some new ones coming your way. Now, whether they are intuitive new ones or you pick them up off of other facilitators, or maybe in healing sessions or groups or these sorts of things, really truly depends on you. So keep searching, keep doing the work, because what you've done so far is great, and there's more to go. The ultimate goal is, just that lovely space of peacefulness that you can get to. So when you've achieved everything that you're required to achieve in this lifetime, it's just like, that's what I'm looking forward to. Because I know my just as a funny little fact for those of you out there, I got my astrology chart done, not fully done, but mostly done, and it was very, very interesting what came through in my astrology chart. So in my chart, it actually said that I was not destined to have children, and yet in my palm, if you go on the palmistry side, it said that I was supposed to have 3. But the funny thing is, the palm only reads pregnancies. It doesn't actually read for live children. And I have been pregnant 3 times in this lifetime. And when the 3rd one happened, it was like there was just the switch that went off in my head and said, that's it. We're done. That's it. We've fulfilled whatever we were meant to fulfill. That's it. So now this is like, gosh, what are we, 2013? 8 years later having this astrology reading done, and it says like you were never destined to have kids. It's like, oh, that's what that was all about. Okay. I never would have dreamed that that would have been a thing. But along with that, it also matched up with some awarenesses that I'd had about maybe 4 or 5 days beforehand of there's a reason why I didn't have kids, was because this bloodline that I am carrying right now does not need to continue. The work that I am doing right now and forwards through to the point where I pass over is all that is required of this bloodline. The healing that I'm doing for this bloodline and moving backwards through my ancestry is what is required of this body and this connection to this particular bloodline. My spirit, my being is getting ready for its next level. It's getting ready for that next stage of progression. And whether that means that I come back to this planet or another planet, I actually get it's actually much lighter for me that I'll be going to a different planet after this. So who knows? But while I'm here right now, it's actually really important for me to be doing this work with beautiful beings like yourselves and inspiring you to continue on your journey, to continue to do the healing work that you require to do for you so that you can move through to the next levels for yourself. And that is my purpose, and it has been unintentionally my purpose for a very long time. Now that we're a lot more clear, it's like, and I'm feeling so peaceful with that now. And there's more to come. There's a lot more to come. Well, my sweets, I've been here for nearly 2.25 hours. It's time for me to go. Thank you for coming to play. Thank you for being here. Thank you to Sandra, because she kind of inspired a beautiful meditation for us all. And I hope you all enjoyed, and that you continue to be doing yummy, tasty things for yourself, because you know what? I love that. I love that I get to encourage you to do that. So whatever you do over the next 7 days, whether it be, cleaning and tidying up one of the drawers in your desk or your kitchen or something like that, do a little bit of decluttering perhaps over the weekend. Release those energies, enjoy that new moon and moving into Pisces. And I sure do hope that you just enjoy these energies moving forward. Do something tasty for yourself. Be bold, be brave, and be you, beautiful ones. And until next time, bye-bye.